Hey everyone, this is a video again related to my trip to Ukraine. This is the work I saw done to paint, armor, and repair different vehicles. Not the fanciest work you've ever seen. Some of this was done, or most of this was done by volunteers, after hours, in home garages, etc. But this is how Car4Ukraine gets things done, gets it done at a shoestring budget, effectively and quickly, and gets those vehicles to the front. If you're thinking about donating, this is where your money goes, and it is used efficiently. It is used with the Ukrainian people. It is used with volunteers to get them materials to do the job, and it helps save Ukrainian lives. If you haven't donated yet, please think about giving to Car4Ukraine or any other Ukrainian charity. I will definitely put some links in the video description. Thanks again, and thanks for watching. So the first step for a lot of these vehicles is to be repaired, make sure that the components are robust, and get them ready. The shops I went to were small auto repair shops, much like a service station you might take your car to in the US. In fact, almost exactly like that, except they were working on these trucks. The mechanics, I believe, are getting paid. But again, I watched these gentlemen work long hours and just keep working on these trucks until they were ready to roll. In fact, the one truck, I think we waited until almost 9 o'clock before the team quit for the evening to go home. And the next step is to armor some of the vehicles. Not every vehicle requires armor. It really depends on what it's being used for. And so again, I drove out to a different shop. Two gentlemen who I believe make more architectural and furniture, but are donating their time to do the welding and the upfitting of the vehicles with armor when necessary. So the welding is essentially mild steel plating about 3/8 of an inch thick, and as you saw, they put some on the front of the vehicle to protect the radiator. They take the door panels off and weld a sheet that fits the interior of the door panel and then the rear part of the window. And then they do that on all 4 doors and reassemble the door inner just for comfort and usability for the troops. And then they weld a large steel plate over the back window, again, because a lot of FPV drone hits chase the vehicle down. And this is simple yet effective, and it actually saves Ukrainian soldiers' lives. So I spent 23 years working at Ford Motor Company, and I can tell you I never saw anyone assemble a door panel with self-threading screws. Again, though, this is really important just to make the vehicle usable and comfortable for the soldiers while, still adding that protection to keep them safe. So a view of the steel at the front of the car before they repainted the areas that they affected. Again, this vehicle had been painted prior to armoring, but these two gentlemen painted the vehicle when they were done welding everything together and making sure that it was ready to go. They spent the better part of a day working on this car. You can see it there in the background. And again, this is critically important. The door panels that they welded in saved these soldiers' lives. As you can see, none of the shrapnel made it through the door. So the vehicles tend to get a coat of green paint. There was kind of a joke that the soldiers at the front don't like Army green vehicles because it tends to draw fire. But the Car4Ukraine guys still paint these things kind of a olive drab, if I were to call it that. And you can see here the shop that is doing the painting. It's really just a garage in a small residential village. The people who work here, I believe, are all volunteers. There were a couple young college students who came out to help at one point. And again, you can kind of see the shoestring budget that Car4Ukraine is working on to deliver the vehicles. So the money that we donate goes the furthest. As they finished up painting, peeling off the stickers and the tape, I walked around the little village and I met a woman with, I believe, her granddaughter. And again, this is just life in Ukraine as they get ready and prepare for war. And here's the final vehicle, painted, ready to go. And we parked it out by a small chapel, took some pictures, and headed out. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and make a donation to Ukraine.